Joining us is former Auburn head football coach and U.S. Senate candidate Tommy Tuberville. Coach, thanks for speaking with us.
Yes, ma'am. Glad to be here traveling the state, and it's a beautiful day in Alabama.
There you go. Yesterday, your opponent gave us his explanation of why he recused himself from the Russian interference inquiry when he was Attorney General. I'm sure you've seen that letter or heard about it. What's your reaction?
Well, I mean, you got to get out there and explain it, I guess. I'm wondering why he did it too, but you know, he didn't have to do it, and he made matters worse by putting in a liberal Rosenstein and Mueller as the guys doing the investigation. If he is going to recuse himself, put somebody in there that's non-biased, that's not after President Trump. So he made matters worse, number one, by recusing himself, and number two, by picking somebody that was absolutely a never-Trumper and wanting to bring this country down. So tough situation for him.
Session should apologize to President Trump. Why?
Well, President Trump came out the other day and said that, you know, that the senator had came to him 3 or 4 times and wanting the job as Attorney General. And I guess Sessions came back a little day or so later, said he didn't ask him 3 or 4 times. So I just say he needs to get on the same page. If he's going to run for senator in this state, he better get on the same page as President Trump. You know, President Trump endorsed me about 2 months ago. I talked to him about once a week regularly, and we built a good relationship. It's going to be hard to overcome, you know, a situation where you don't have the president on your side in this state.
Why do you believe President Trump has endorsed you in this campaign instead of your opponent?
Well, number one, he took a knee on President Trump when he was Attorney General. You know, he punted on first down. That's what I call it. He didn't fight. And we got to have fighters in Washington, D.C. And he knows I got leadership skills. I've coached and been out in the public life for 40 years. I'm going to fight for this state and this country and for President Trump. We're in a situation right now. We better start fighting because we're in the worst shape this country's ever been in my lifetime. And we've got all kind of corruption going on. We've got the pandemic going on. We got people going in different directions, and we better all get on the same page. We got too great a country for us not to be on the same page. We got to get behind President Trump, and I'm proud that he endorsed me, and I'm proud to be on his team.
You mentioned it briefly, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate President Trump in dealing with this coronavirus pandemic?
You know, this is something none of us have ever imagined or would ever imagine would happen. He's been put in a tough situation. I think he's done a very good job. It's about as good as you can do. He's had to listen to people around him he didn't know, and he's had to trust them. And, you know, he's tried like heck to make sure that people are safe in this country. It's just hard. I mean, we're fighting an invisible disease, a virus. And I think that shutting the country down was probably the right thing to do for a while, but we've got to get back to work. He knows that. I think the people in this country want to go back to work. We can't ruin our economy. We've got to get back to work, but I think President Trump's done a great job.
You know, here in Alabama, there have been over 26,000 unemployment claims across the state just last week, with nearly 500 claims right here in Houston County. Do you favor another stimulus payment that would be paid directly to taxpayers?
Well, first of all, we need to get the money out that that's already been allocated. It's not all out, and so. Our government, for some reason, looks to the future too quickly when it comes to giving out money. I'm for less government. I'm for people getting back to work. You know, everybody said, well, we got 25% unemployment rate. Sure you do. We closed the country down. Well, we expect, you know, and it's unfortunate that a lot of small businesses are going to lose their money. I've been all over the state in the last month, and I tell you, I've been upbeat because the farmers, small businesses, hospitals, they're working hard. They're trying to make this work. It's just hard to make something work sometimes when everybody's not on the same page. So I think when we get all back to work, I think we'll slowly come out of this, but this is not going to happen overnight. But I know President Trump's got a handle on it. We just got to stay behind him and stay with his leadership.
Former Auburn head football coach and U.S. Senate candidate Tommy Tuberville. Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you.